disappear. You see him there. It's very difficult to see, but it's a little leveret, or in other words, a baby hare. No, it's hiding, right? See scrub hares often enough, but the little ones, not that often that you see them. Look at that, John, look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, and we're going to get a clear view as well. This is very, very special. Wow. I'm sure you can all see what that is. It looks pretty much like a house cat. And genetically there's not, well, hardly any difference really between your African wildcat, this one we're looking at now, and your house cats. They can interbreed quite easily. There are a few very small differences. The tail tends to be a little bit shorter on your African wildcat. We are looking at it in infrared light now, which is why it's still sticking around. If we kept the spotlight on it, it would have run away by now. So this cat is not aware of the fact that we're actually looking at it. But if we could see it in daylight, you can see a little bit of a darker area around the neck area behind the ears. Just when it turns again, you'll see it. You can see that. That would have a reddish color to it in daylight. Also the relatively long legs. So it looks like a pretty sort of pure African wildcat, but essentially they are pretty much the same really as most of your domestic cats. Very special to see one of these. I don't know, Jan, when last did you see one? Months, huh?
Yeah.
I think I saw one sometime last year, and probably only October or something like that. It's not often that you see them. At the moment also, summertime obviously, there's so much grass around that you don't see these smaller things too often. This one, luckily for us, sitting in an open patch of sand here, what we call miter drains, these little ditches that help to take runoff water from the roads, and that's why we could see it, as it's sitting on that patch of sand. This is very cool. Again, the infrared really coming into use here. Like I said, if we kept a normal daylight spotlight on this cat, it would have run away by now. Look at the pupils as well. You can see they're not really dilated. They're quite wide open, showing again that it doesn't have any white light coming onto the face. Oh, it's going to catch an insect. Oh, that was close. Look at that. Quite a long-legged cat. Oh, very quick. I mean, 1 minute busy grooming itself, and the next just springs into action. But I think that insect has managed to escape. It's quite a young cat as well, actually, looking at it now. Wouldn't say juvenile, but I'd say probably only a year and a half old, maybe 2 years at the most. Oh, nice stretch. Classic cat pose. Oh, this is fantastic. It really is very special to see wildcats. I know I've said this a few times, but you could go for months out here, never see one, and then when you do see them, normally it's just a quick glimpse of them running through the grass or disappearing again. So to see this stretching and grooming and chasing an insect out in the open like this, or in this little opening in the grass, again, this is the element of the surprise. The fact that we don't literally know what we're going to see next while we do these drives, it makes it very exciting. Yeah, see if it just suddenly strikes for an insect again. Good night for hunting as well, for your variety of predators really. You can see by looking at the grass that there's quite a bit of wind out here. Strong breeze really, not really wind, but enough of a breeze to give you quite a bit of camouflage, both in the terms of the grass's movement. All the plants moving around makes it easier for predators not to be spotted when they move. But also, of course, in terms of sound, you get this soft little sort of rustle, almost beautiful sound that you get when the wind blows. But that again would also help to hide the sound of a predator moving. A little moth, maybe too small to There's a bit of interest. You see the cat just looking over. Obviously phenomenal night sight as well. Keep in mind that it's not pitch dark. I can see a little bit of the grass. I can't actually see the cat with my naked eye. I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing at the moment. But there is still a bit of a glow in the horizon as well. So to that cat, it might as well be daylight. You can see very, very well around it, around itself. And of course also utilizing those ears. Listening around, just seeing what might be rustling in the grass, something that it can then pounce at. The African wildcat does have quite a varied or a wide variety of foods in its diet. Obviously they will eat mice, shrews, small rats, squirrels. Not that squirrels are active at night, but maybe early morning, late afternoon. So they'll definitely go for your smaller mammals. They will also eat variety of bird species, everything from the very small little birds, testiculas and waxbills, up to larger birds like francolins, probably and guinea fowl as well. But they also supplement their diet, like a lot of animals actually tend to do. Even leopard will do that. They'll also supplement their diet with different insects. Summertime there's a lot of insects around, grasshoppers, and I'm not quite sure what he went for earlier. It was some kind of flying insect, a moth maybe. Termites even. So a very, very broad sort of food base that wildcats utilize. A bit of a yawn there. I think it might move on soon, but at the same time, we've spoken about patience once or twice today. This cat could sit here for another hour easily. Very reluctant to leave this cat. I think we'll spend a bit of time here, even though it might be slow for a little bit. But like we saw earlier, anything could... Oh, look at that. It's just spotted something. Almost moved. But it could be months before we see a wildcat again. So we're going to certainly make the most of this. Look at it.